Now I could be a faceless troll too, sometimes. And get on our faceless troll shit tonight. What up, world? This shit crooked or something? You got to get the nose lined up with the nose. All right. It might not even last the whole show. We're doing faceless troll shit tonight. What up out there? Pretty sure I seen Common Simp arguing with what's his name before. Who is that dude even? I can't even remember, man. These motherfuckers over on Gun Pokes fucking channel. I just popped in and said, "Oh, two retards fighting." One of my favorite. All right. What's going on out there? Who's here? We got. We'll get somebody. Somebody will show up. And listen to a little music while I wait for people, I guess, for a minute. What up, Maureen? What's up? How you doing? God bless. Good to see you. Thanks for always showing up, Maureen. We appreciate it. Back to the truffle. Truffle some fire. All right, let's get out of it. Who else we got here? We got Maureen in the chat, in the stream. Who else we got? Who's out there peeking through the window? Who that through the window? Ow. Who got that now? What's that old shit? Who sung that? I might have to look that up. That was Goody Mob Cell Therapy. That's who that was. That was my shit. Now we gotta hear that till we get a couple people in chat. We do music here. William Wallace in the house. What's up, my man? God bless. I'm looking to be alive as some ride. I realize the call after I. We're just listening to some music while I wait for a few people to show up, brother. I'm a faceless troll today, so you see what it is. That's Maureen, but that's William Wallace, by the way, too. Julium Eulis. That's William. Audio shouldn't come through on my mic at all. Damn, where's everybody at tonight? Good film last night. Yeah, William Wallace. I like that. That was a good movie. I used to always say that. I'm on my bad Santa shit. If I ever said that, you knew to watch the fuck out. I was probably out there doing some super dirt, drinking some fucking old granddad. What up, Coltrane? Coltrane. Always count on Coltrane coming through. What's up, brother? We got James Jameson too over here tonight. Special guest James Jameson in the house. What's up, buddy? Hey, if anybody's not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, all that. Just getting ready to start the stream up. Can't start though until I get my joint hitting right. Must have a hole in it or some shit. Fuck it. What's up, everybody? So what's up for tonight? What's everybody getting into? Let's see, which one am I gonna go with? Let's go over this. This is pretty sad.
Young men killing Orthodox young men. Certainly, Satan is dancing. Certainly, the devils are having parties, rejoicing over what's going on. Anybody weighing in the balance 500,000 young men's lives over land?
500,000. You gotta think that's 500 fucking thousand people over there, man. Who's a bunch of dope heads, Coltrane? I repeat, blessings to you. William Wallace, I'd like to repeat. If you don't have $5 a month.
What's the value of land if you have no boys to walk on it? Who cares who owns it if there's no one left? We call ourselves the land of the free, the champions of liberty. The Congress of Ukraine just outlawed the Ukrainian Orthodox Church.
Yep, that happened years ago too, by the way. Fuck them. That's disgusting. I got a lot of respect for the Orthodox community, to be honest. Even though I think they're on the wrong program, but they find Christ, it's all good to me. But yeah, I think the Roman Catholics are still right, but it's all good.
They got their little made-up church done by politicians, done by the U.S. State Department. They got their little phony church because the Ukrainian Orthodox Church would not bow to the politicians, which means our metropolitans are going to prison. We have lost our minds. We have lost our minds.
And you're on your way to losing your souls over that shit. For money, bro, it's disgusting. Let me be clear. Now, I don't want to be misconstrued. Let me be clear. I will say this once, and I'm going to say this once only. If you are dabbling in Satan's witchcraft, if you, sir, are one of these people with the dolls, and you're poking at it, you're prodding at it, you, sir, will not make it to the Holy Kingdom. The fuck do they think he is? What is he, the Pharisees now? For real, DJ. Fuck that. I don't bring God into shit. God brought himself into all of it. Anybody making a mess and a mockery over there fucking around with people that fuck with kids and women and old men and dead people, they're the ones who are gonna get it in the end. Not the ones playing with dolls. Even if I don't even like the dude who was playing with dolls, to be honest. I think he's half a fanook. But it is what it is. But yeah, fuck that. I mean, it is a joke if you're literally joking about it, I guess, Maureen. But I mean, if you're serious about it, it's not a joke, but it's disgusting. But if you're fucking just joking, I guess you're just joking. But yeah, we'll get judged in the end, and it ain't gonna definitely ain't gonna be by rats and actual PDF files, etc. Anyone who wants to pop up, I got the open panel. Anybody who wants can come up. So. Fucking tripping over boxes of weed in here with my big ass feet. Got some new LA pop rocks. Some new black cherry runts. Some more permanent marker because that shit is fire. Some sour cookies. I ripped the pound open. I couldn't help it. Put a bunch of ounces together. Some mint chocolate chip. Warheads. Pure Michigan. Pop rocks, yep. LA pop rocks are fire. Runts are fire. It's all fire, man. Dingo. No problem, DJ. Smoking on some papaya punch right now, though. I'm already getting low on this shit. I probably got like 2 joints left. I'm about to be sad when it's gone. I gotta get some more, either purple punch or papaya punch. Oh, if you want to see zombie apocalypse shit, bro, I already got that, James Jameson. This ain't no zombie apocalypse shit right here. This is just a little box. I still got a whole bunch more zips in there. I got really like for real zombie apocalypse shit saved up somewhere else. Oh, nice garlic drip. That's some fire, bro. Co-train. Moon drops. I got some shit right now called moonberries. Moonberry. It's some super fire berry type shit. William Wallace, you're stupid, bro. Wallace always got some funny shit to say. Like actually funny, unlike what like Buffalo Billy. These fucking silk shirts drive me nuts. What was that he dropped, Maureen? The link, what was that all about? He got something special for you over there? Let me see. I'll go over there. Uncle Al was the greatest of all times. Comedy gold, for sure. Uncle Al is comedy gold. Uncle Adel. All right, where are we? Let's see what he's got going on. I can't click it. It's hiding it. I'm trying to look at the link he dropped, but I can't click it over here. It happened to Josie, by the way. I hope Josie's all right, by the way. I never had no beefs with Josie. All right, I better cut it short before the speech because I'll probably get some shit for the speech. The music I might be all right on. I know I'll get a copyright, but you know what I mean. I can't find this shit I had saved. All right, let's try this. We'll go with this one. Is this racism or trespassing?
Yeah, that's what it is.
She's black, I'm half.
Cause we're black.
You're not half.
You're not half black. That's crazy. This is the second time you did that. And you just killed the fish.
Yeah, you're fishing at a private pond 20 feet from someone's house with no shirt on, and you're rolling a blunt while making this video.
You couldn't even hide the blunt for the accusing someone of racism video. You, like, muscle memory almost licked the blunt at the very beginning of the recording.
You know how we're always told about white privilege?
Uh-huh.
Like, wouldn't thinking you can smoke blunts while fishing at someone's backyard without repercussions, like, isn't that, like, the ultimate privilege? You can do whatever you want. These guys claim they were kicked out of their fishing spot because they were black.
Damn, we can't fish here? Damn, we can't fish here because we black?
Fishing while black. NB was in it even when she left YouTube. I don't know what you guys are even talking about. Maybe I'm bugging. We got some more good acts of racism somewhere.
All right. Let me try these. Which one you getting, Tyler?
Which one you getting? She's having her kids get samples at the Chinese spot in the mall because she ain't cooking dinner. Look at this bitch. She don't look like she needs a sample of nothing.
You better try the samples because I ain't cooking when I get home, guys.
Man of culture, thank you again for joining me. Hope all's good wherever you are. Without a doubt, the best thing I've learned today is that there's a large amount of people in the EBT community that until this week thought that there was medicine in glasses.
This is crazy. I didn't know this. Any black people in my chat, let me know. Do people in your family think that there's medicine in glasses? This is a new one for me to learn about black people, and I've been hanging out with black people forever, and I ain't never heard this one before until today.
Let's take a look at some of these TikToks.
Being an adult learning new things. Did you know that medicine is not in glasses?
And I don't know why y'all dragging that woman, because yes, glasses do have medicine in it.
You cannot tell me, as a person with contacts, there's not medicine in this shit. And if I take this shit out, I'm blind as fuck.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought they put medicine in glasses too.
So because they're called prescription glasses, because you need a prescription to get these particular glasses made properly, they thought this whole time that meant that there's medicine in the glasses. Is this what I'm being told?
Y'all about to piss me off. Because I also thought there was medicine in glasses. And I'm going to tell you why. If I go buy some glasses off Shein, the same way I can't see without my prescription glasses, I'm not going to be able to see in them damn Shein glasses. When I went to my optometrist, she said, I got to update your prescription and your glasses. One of your eyes is worse than the other. And now I can see clearly now. I thought that when they say your glasses will be ready in a couple days.
Word, Coltrane, the fuck? Like, seriously. Like, that's what I said when I learned this, bro. I'm like, hang on a second. What is this?
For a week or so. It's because they got to send.
This is real, Coltrane. I just learned this. I mean, I knew about the like beeping smoke detectors and all that. I mean, I've seen that throughout life, but this shit is new for me.
Off your measurements, your new eye test, and they send it to the manufacturer company, and then the manufacturer company takes and creates your lenses with whatever solution or medicine that you need so that you can see clear.
So she thought there was some special medicine or solution that was put into the glass of the glasses so you could see clear. I can see clearly now, the medicine's gone.
Or see further or closer up, whatever the situation is. I thought that's why if you put on someone else's prescription glasses, you can't see, because the medicine was different.
She thought that that's why if you put on someone else's prescription glasses, you would not be able to see because the medicine is different. The fuck?
Just like when they...
I know what you're thinking. And she's not trolling.
Give you medicine and the milligrams is based off weight. And I know I'm not the best in the box, but why is it so fucking shocking and not making sense to anyone why we would think there's medicine in glasses? And y'all about to piss me off. Don't act like it's not possible that these companies...
Don't act like it ain't is you kidding me right now? Do I have to say it like that?
Aren't putting fucking medicine in glasses. We got cars that's...
Where'd DJ Mandingo go? I need to know if there's anyone in his family at all or anyone he knows that thinks that there's medicine in glasses. I need some of my Black American chatters in the chat to let me know if anyone else really thought this shit. Because I know this ain't a thing that no Italians never thought, or Irishmen. I don't know about. I don't know. I'm really confused.
Charging at a charging station like it's a laptop or a phone, and the car is driving its fucking self with nobody in it. So it's impossible for a manufacturer company for a blind bitch to put medicine in it? Now, I too have learned there is not medicine in glasses. But yeah, the school system must have failed us because, bitch, I wasn't learning to be no optometrist.
Nah, the school system most definitely failed, y'all. Everyone who ever thought that.
In science class or health class, I was learning to get a fucking high school diploma. Shit that would get me by in everyday life, and trust me, just because
shit that was obviously worthless as the paper it was printed on.
No, there wasn't medicine in glasses. I'm still fucking making it. And please come under this post laughing and joking, because guess what, bitch?
That shit makes me less embarrassed to say I got a GED now than ever.
I got a new prescription in my glasses and I can see to read you bitches.
The low IQ members of the EBT community conflating the word prescription in prescription lenses for prescription medication was not on my list of things I was going to learn today, but
Me either.
I mean, I didn't think we could get stupider, but here we are.
And y'all just need to shut the fuck up. Always acting like since you got your degree and you think you know every motherfucking thing. Talking about, oh, how could you not know that there wasn't medicine in classes? Cause, bitch, you know your granny, slow ass, told you when you was younger, I gotta go get the medicine put in my glasses or
No. Nope. My granny was actually dead, actually. I think by the time I was born, all my grannies, to be honest, rest in peace, granny. Hope you're with Christ, the King. But to be perfectly honest, this shit is insanity.
or some shit like that, or don't wear people glasses because it can mess up your eyes, got medicine in it. You know your slow ass grandma told you that when you was little, so you believe the shit. I ain't got no reason to question. How the hell do medicine get in glasses? I don't give a fuck. I don't wear glasses. Half y'all only know that because y'all wear glasses. So stop.
No, that's not why half of us only know that. There's no medicine glasses. I mean, I never had to wear glasses ever in my life. I just started wearing like reading glasses once in a while at 43, and I never once thought there was medicine in no glasses.
Stop trying to make people feel stupid because they don't know shit that don't mean nothing.
I mean, how can something be so sad and so terrific at the same time? Let's have a look at one last one of these.
Also, when was it not cool for people to learn new things?
This ain't one of them learn new things, bitch.
I'm the holder of a bachelor's degree, first in my immediate family to do so.
And I'm sure you got a bachelor's degree. This is why I keep saying this shit is worthless. You see dumb jobs nowadays asking you if you got a bachelor's degree. For what? Who cares if I got a bachelor's degree? I'll probably work 3 times better than these people. What the fuck are you talking about?
Of course, she's got a bachelor's degree.
I've never been ashamed.
Yeah, they give that shit out like candy in the 2010s and 20s.
To learn new things. Yes, I learned this week in 2025, a week before my 30th birthday, that there is no medication in prescription glasses. If I myself have never worn glasses, have never conceived or had interest in learning about glasses because they do not relate to me, and if the people around me who have always worn glasses have said that they're
Doctors and engineers, William Wallace. Doctors and engineers.
Glasses needed an updated or new medication, one would only assume through my very
Prescription, not medication. Prescription.
common sense.
Through her very common sense. You can't make this shit up, guys.
That medication is thus embedded in their prescription glasses. Are prescription glasses not prescribed by an eye doctor? Just using my context clues here. So yes, it was very fascinating for me to learn.
Can a doctor not give you an ace bandage? Have they never sent somebody home without a walker before? Like, are these medicines as well? I don't get it. When you get a cast put on your wrist, do they think there's medicine in there that heals your bones? I don't understand.
That prescription glasses are in fact not inclusive of medication. That is just lenses of glasses that are shaved. So if you're not here on the video to learn something new, to kiki, to laugh, to have a good time, you can scroll. Because again, I don't play those games.
Fuck that scrolling shit, bitch. We'll do what we want with your shit. Transformative.
There's lots of problems with the internet. One being that people can't come on here and just be human. They can't say, I don't know something, I've made a mistake, and grow from it and learn from it. Because
no, wow. That's not like a wow, I can't breathe. That's crazy. That was not a simple mistake.
Like y'all motherfuckers who get in comments and act like you're holier than thou.
Who's she talking about? Edwin?
Actually, it's a form of intelligence to admit that you don't know something if you were unaware. So again, I have no shame in me for saying, hey, I learned something new this week. So for all the sarcastic, sly comment motherfuckers, please go ahead, scroll. I'd hate to make an example out of you. Happy holidays.
The best part is at the end when she threatens violence to anybody who laughs at her for thinking this.
What's it like being a Muslim here in the United States?
I'm not speaking English.
None of them. I saw this video. Nick Searcy put this shit out. Not one of these fucking people in Minneapolis can speak English, these Somalians. Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows, but Somalians aren't exactly like the engineers and builders of the world. Like, they still haven't built Somalia yet.
Only one Somali language.
What does it mean to you to be a part of Islam?
I don't know. I'm not speaking English very well.
How are you? Do any of you speak English? English? No. Can women speak to on camera? No. I kept going because I wanted to speak with some more of the elders here to see if they could share their story about coming here from Somalia and how they've seen the rise firsthand. However, none of them spoke English. How are you?
For sure, co-train. For sure, bro. Yeah, I'm, somebody said Angela's live. I always catch Angela, after her show if I'm live or something, so I'll catch it later. I'm not stressing. Trump, I wish he would, co-train. That would be so beautiful, but he won't. I mean, let's be honest. He might say, I wish he would. I wish we would get serious about deportation and everything else. Like, there's literally like 50 million people here that shouldn't be here. That's not even including all the anchor babies and everything else.
Can I ask any of you guys some questions? No. Speak English? No. Do any of you speak English?
What do you think that any of this is gonna bring your community? And they were bragging that in the state of Minnesota or whatever that they pay 67 million in taxes a year. Dude, we got calculators now, bro. You can't just throw numbers at us and think that's gonna mean something. Yeah, they stole 1 billion in one autistic fraud scheme. Co-train got it. That's just one, right? One of their schemes, and they pay 67 million. So let's get a calculator out. There's about 150 to 200,000 of them. Divide 67 million by that. I think it comes out to like 250 a person in taxes on average that they would have paid. But then you got to factor in the billion that they stole from autistic kids scheme, and that's just a billion that they're showing. There was more than that. They started out, it was only $2 million a year for autistic kids in Minnesota. That number reached over $200 million a year by the time the Somalis figured out that they could scheme that. And they had already been scamming welfare and Medicaid for years. Yeah, 90% of them are on benefits, like 88% to be exact, like James Jameson just said. So why do we have them here, bro? I'm just being for real. Same with the Haitians. I don't give a fuck, bro. If you're really this worthless to our communities, get the fuck out of here. Like, on a whole, like, look at how spaghetti Americans got treated. Irish people, all these, and look at how we're treating these people. They just get given the word. It's crazy.
After a few interviews, somebody came up to us angry because we were asking people about the rise of Islam inside this community. My name is Dick Shirley.
What are you doing?
My name is Dick Shirley. I'm a YouTuber. We're doing a video on the rise of Islam here in the United States.
The rise of Islam.
Yeah, it's the #1 converting
We
religion.
got the rise of Christ in the United States right now.
Growing religion. So
wait, isn't it after Christ?
I think my headset's dying for some reason. Hold up.
What?
Isn't it after Christ?
Yeah, my shit died. I had to take it off. All right. I got to charge that.
This guy wouldn't show his face.
Yeah, Dearborn, Michigan is Muslim capital of America, basically. You're right. Let's see what we got here in the chat. All dumped in the same place so radicals get elected, says James Jameson, co-train. They convinced other Somalis to bring their kid and then say they are autistic to get fraudulent checks for them. Yeah, it was a kickback scheme. Co-train. So they paid money. They told all these people, bring your kid in here and sign them up for autistic services, and we'll say they're autistic. It wasn't even like real medical plate like offices. It was just bullshit offices, and they would sign these kids up as if they were autistic, and the Somalis would like compete with these companies like, okay, which one's going to give us a bigger check? That's who we're going to go to. And they were basically giving kickbacks to the Somali community for having their kids come in and say they're autistic. And they can get away with saying they're autistic because they're all basically retarded. I hate to say it, the average IQ of Somalia is literally in the 60s, maybe 70, which is considered literally retarded. Ben Stiller, William Wallace, was the one talking dumb shit recently.
Face on camera, and this conversation kept going for a few minutes, and he demanded that we
Yeah, Ben Stiller, yep. I never seen Adam Sandler do no shitty shit, to be honest. You know, I know he's a mooish person and everything, but he seems decent. I never seen him do nothing shitty.
I think we just went upon a gang, and I didn't know that they were a gang. And right now, he said, you better leave, and we're gonna make sure you get out of here. So right now, there is somebody following from behind, making sure that we get out of this place. Not the most friendly welcome here into this part of Minnesota.
Here's a Somali invader in Michigan getting deported back to his homeland.
This is classic. Anybody see this video? I did already, with the dude getting deported from America, Somalian. Yep, we see him too, co-train over here in New York, bro. 4th of July, it was in fucking insane, co-train. I went to the 4th of July thing, took my kid and shit, and it was like, we met, her friend. Her friend is mixed, half black, half white, and her family and everything, and we all hung out like we're all like foundational Americans between the bunch of us, and everyone there, like it was like 90% of the people were walking around, none of them speaking English, mad Hispanic, mad like Guatemalans, mad people from all over, like literal African people. It was nuts. It was nuts. I couldn't believe. I'm like, this is 4th of July here now in this town. Like I went here for what? This shit looks like when a child doesn't want to go home or something. Are you fucking kidding me?
And now here's another one of them crying about being deported back to Somalia.
This is fucking great. I love this video. Did you see? You guys probably saw this one. Yeah, it's easy when you live in a fucking ivory tower, Ben Stiller. Exactly, James Jameson. Ben Stiller literally lives in a mansion, like a whole floor of a skyscraper is his in Manhattan. And people tried to be like, yeah, you don't have to live near these people. He's like, I live in Manhattan. Yeah, you own a whole floor on a skyscraper where you have to go through 18 guards before they get to your fucking... I'm so tired of these people. I have no passport anymore. They seized it. Good. Nah, he's not crying because he's getting dragged into work, James. Maybe they hid this dude's passport in his work boots and he don't even know he has it.
I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here. This place.
Yeah, Coltrane. They said they were in the Hudson Valley in New York, but I didn't see ice ever out here. They could get to work though. I'm with it. I'll give them an extra couple minutes if they block me on my way. I'm with it, Coltrane. Yeah, you seen this one. This one went a little viral, Coltrane.
This is where I'm living.
But yo, they're always the first to say how great Mogadishu is and how great Somalia is and how Somalians built America. Motherfuckers, you didn't even build Somalia. What are you talking about? Look what happens when you go home.
I'm so tired of it. It's just like, I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more.
By the way, this dude was a gang member who was funneling money to like terrorists or some shit.
I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing.
I don't know if anybody could see the tattoos on his hand and maybe make out what Somali gang he's from or whatever.
I just want to go back.
Yeah, these people, I'm pro Somalia, Somalia first.
Exactly. That's what I was just saying, man. That's what they always do. They send most of the money they make here, scam here, back to Somalia, and it still looks like a shithole.
You're going back to Somalia. Please don't send me to Somalia. Like, nobody loves Somalia more than the people who don't live there.
Look at him again. Exactly. Shoot yourself.
And look at these tattoos. What are these?
Yo, that's some real. Somebody just wrote that on her like a joke. That ain't even Chinese. That is like I think I see a slide. I think somebody put like chutes and ladders on there or some shit.
Dollar Tree shitty tats that she's got on her.
Fucking low lives throwing shit at dogs. Yeah, where's Waldo? Coltrane said. Yo.
Beat you down to the ground, to the ground, to the ground. Man, you ugly. Have you let your talking about?
This one really proves that stereotypes are earned, not given.
You need to go cancel it, bitch. Sherman said, don't bring your boy and ass back outside, bitch. You got going up, shoot yourself.
Wow. Telling her don't bring your bald ass back outside, bitch. Pew pew yourself with it, she's saying. What a.
Everybody is sleep at. Kill yourself. We don't love you. Nobody loves you. How's that name?
Yeah, way to do that. That's a fucking crime.
Don't bark at my dog.
Bitch, shut up. Look at your
Don't bark at him again.
What you gonna do? What you gonna
Exactly.
do? Shoot yourself.
Stupid.
And this, my friends, is what we refer to as skimping out.
You have to be okay with the fact that if you're inviting me out at this point, you will always be inviting the woke friend. If it's a Tuesday night and we're getting drinks, somebody else is.
Does anybody out there have a woke friend like this, supposedly? Like, I don't I've never met an actual like so-called woke person who actually really pushes this shit like this. At least they would never say it to me. I never heard it.
This Tuesday night is their home getting bombed or somebody having to teach their son about racism because an incident happened. That's somebody else's casual Tuesday. You're always inviting the woke friend with me. The drinks are not going to masquerade what's going on.
Geez, I wonder why my friends don't call me to invite me out anymore.
Yo, my UK viewers can leave a comment later or let me know now or whatever. Is this real? Like, this is Tesco, like, regularly, right? From what I keep seeing in Britain and the UK. And there's these stores called Tesco, and, like, it seems like black people can just do whatever the fuck they want, and Arabs just do whatever they want to just take everything from Tesco's.
Stop it then. Stop. Just
I'll
stop, man.
pick up a
Stop.
candle.
Please stop this. Yeah, just put it down, please. Please stop this, man.
They're like the kind of candles most people don't light, keep as decoration.
But these security guards in these videos from England, from pretty much anywhere in Europe, the most useless people ever. Like, that's a great job. You don't do shit and get paid for it.
Just stop. Just stop. Put some in.
He's asking them to put most of it back, just take some of it. This is the security, man. What the fuck?
Put some of them back, please.
Okay, James Jameson, Scotland here. It's real. All right, let me just throw these on screen. It's crazy over here. The security is worried about blades. They're worried about guns over there or knives over there, bro. That's crazy. You can't ban everything from society, man. Eventually, you gotta realize that people you don't. I don't even know how to explain it to you people because you've been so long without guns over there. It's sad. Wild as fuck, Coltrane. He's only crying because the camera came out. Yeah, knives. I know, James. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy that you guys worry about knives. To me, like, I carry a knife everywhere because I'm a felon. I can't carry my gun everywhere no more. Or, I mean, I can't have a gun anymore. So, I mean to say I lost all my guns in a boating accident before I was a felon. Real tragic, but, you know.
Enough with the retarded level of IQ North Africans and Muslims coming into these countries. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that if this was a white British-born person, he would have been grabbed up in about 10 minutes, processed.
Is he even going out on a limb there, James Jameson, by saying if the guy was white British, he would have been processed and arrested, or if he was white Scottish?
He'd be doing time. He'd be going to court. Some Target dine and dash.
Yo, the black fatigue is getting real. Like, black people got to stand up and start telling their people, yo, we're the only people on the internet that you could find crazy amounts of videos of us doing dumb shit like this, where we're recording ourselves. This shit needs to stop. If this was all Italians and Irish on the internet doing this, I'd have to be saying some shit. Yeah, I know that, James. I know Glasgow is really bad. I know all the statistics over by you, believe it or not. I keep a eye on Europe, the UK, so Yeah, I know a lot about Glasgow. I know a lot about what's up in Ireland. I know. Scotland has a ton per capita of boat migrants.
Gentlemen, I think we are breaching the surface with the level of fatigue that is in society right now. Everybody hates them.
Baby, usually people get plates, baby. Why you got a pen?
In all countries, James. It's more than one demographic. It's Indian people too are pretty bad with this type of shit. And you know.
I'm saying, why you got a pen in your hand, baby? You supposed to get a plate.
I don't need a nigga. I don't need a fucking nigga, bro. I don't need a nigga. I went by you several times for knocking a nigga out. Fuck is you talking about? I don't need no fucking nigga. Bitch, my pops told me how to fight. What happened? Niggas, I told you don't ever in your life follow no other female ever in your day.
Wow. And you wonder why so many of y'all are single. Coltrane, they just arrested a guy who came to Florida for work and shot guns for the first time and posted it for his friends to see, and they locked him up. I hope that's a dude. That's sad. That's a dude in England, I'm guessing, I hope, or something. That's still bad. Another guy, a teacher, got arrested for not agreeing to call a student by their pronouns. Yeah, that must be like UK or Canada or somewhere. Fucked up.
How does one end up with a woman like that, or a man like that, for that matter? You know,
Queen Latifah's not playing. She did look like a young Queen Latifah.
Abe Lincoln meant well. You know, his heart was in the right place, but he may have made a mistake.
Now you are. To the scalp.
Imagine treating an old woman of any race, creed, this way, man.
Ooh, look at that face. It's a asshole.
Guys, this is such awful behavior. What's going on here? I thought when I first watched this, like, there's a chance this could be AI, right? But it isn't. This is a usual suspect acting like a usual suspect. And by the way, bruv, look in the mirror before you criticize other people's appearances.
Yeah, that's what I figured, James. And Coltrane, that's fucking sad. Yeah, I seen where people are getting arrested out there in the UK for praying silently outside of abortion clinics, bro. Praying in their heads.
Them teeth are nasty. This next video is unbelievable. Actually, it's quite believable if you've been following this series. A group of black women were complimented by a white lady. A nice compliment, too. And they decided to post the interaction online and call her racist for doing it.
You ladies look so lovely.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
100%. I'm with you on that, Coach Rain. That's why I'm not good for the public no more nowadays. I got 2 strikes in New York. I can't get one more strike in New York. I got strikes in New Jersey. I got to be careful.
You like some?
I mean, like strikes, like real strikes, like where you get 3 and you're the fuck out the game.
It's one of those things, like, I hate being ignored because it's racist. I hate being given attention because it's racist. What do you want? Here is a couple of Korean women streamers in India doing a dance until they got swarmed and surrounded by creepy, open-eyed Indian men.
Yeah, ladies, single women, don't plan your trip to India or Bangladesh or any of those places anytime soon, please. And they're bad with Asians. You should see how these people treat white women. It's nuts. She's Korean, so she's probably like 50 years old, and these fucking dudes, they don't give a fuck. They're weirdos. Yeah, James, any females traveling to like the rape capital of the planet are insane. Look how many men will show up on the fucking street to surround you in India, anywhere in India, if you're just a normal woman. A woman. You don't have to be famous, but if you're not brown and you're a woman, forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah, of course, Coltrane. This is what I do over here. This is just the outlet to talk shit about everywhere in the world. What up, damn it, Mandy? Good evening. God bless. Good to see you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay.
Women, let me give you a piece of advice here. Don't go to India. It is like the grape capital of the world.
Oh, did I fuck up? Was I supposed to say the grape capital of the world? I think I was supposed to say grape capital. My bad. It is. That I was saying that beforehand. But yeah, he's right. He's right, ladies and gentlemen. I was right too.
If not the, it's one of. Like if there were Olympics for graping, like India would be in the top 3 receivers of medals every time. So, do with that information as you wish. Let's get to the next video.
Not all cultures are the same, James. Absolutely. Not all people are interchangeable. We're not numbers on a spreadsheet. And that's for sure, James.
I just want to let the indigenous people know, first of all, this is obviously not Thanksgiving. Fuck them white people. I would like to say we love and respect you. And as far as the black community, I hope you guys know this never has nothing to do with Thanksgiving. We like to cook and we can cook.
All right. Indians owned plenty of slaves, and black people owned plenty of slaves too. And only 2% of Americans own slaves. And we really should look at the numbers all over again because this is getting a little overblown.
And we throw down in the kitchen, so that's why we have an excuse to be off. And but we support you, we love you, and thank you for keeping your traditions alive for us to learn about.
She's going to be real upset when she finds out that the native Indians had black slaves also.
I don't think she's ever going to find that out, pal.
And respect.
If she don't know that by now.
And appreciate, not appropriate, fuck those colleges.
Yeah, David James, India has the caste system. The fuck you talking about?
I said, fuck your ancestors up. They fucked us up too, but we here with y'all, okay? Period.
Remember when you watch this video of France, the demographic replacement of white people is just a theory. This is not happening.
This is fucking France. This is not Islamabad. This isn't Kabul. This isn't this isn't Mogadishu. This is France.
Gentlemen, that'll be it for this video. If you have the fatigue as much as I do, please remember to smash the thumbs up button.
Does the same thing for me. Smash that like button because it helps me out. Hit the subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Destabilized America jumps in with Egypt. Hang on. Ancient Egypt owned more African slaves than anyone else. Yeah, Brazil got 5 million slaves during the transatlantic slave trade, and America got 2. So I don't see anybody ever talk about how Brazil was built by slaves or none of that shit and how great Brazil is. But, just one of them things you got to live with. It is what it is. Definitely doomed, James. I heard years ago that Muhammad was the #1 name of children being born in the UK, which right there means you're doomed. Anytime if you have more than 1 year in a row where the kids are all being named Muhammad, you got a fucking problem and it should be stopped. People should go out in the streets right then and there, in my personal opinion, because Christ is king where I come from. And if he ain't king, you need to do something about it, I guess. I don't know. Yes, Coltrane, a very low percentage of white people owned slaves. It was less than 2%. They could go back and look. We didn't own the boats either or finance the trade. And we definitely didn't catch them and sell them. Damn it, Mandy says I'm part Native American and we don't want her love. Yeah, I don't think she understands that you just don't want to be mixed up with her bullshit. My sister is actually part like Cherokee. She's mostly Italian. I mean, her last name's fucking Bagata, but I will make James blue. I can't right now because I'm running the stream through Restream. Otherwise, I would make him blue. I'm not doing my stream on YouTube like I usually do. That is true, James. Stemming from the church, you know, that almost went Protestant in England, but thanks to, a certain saint in Ireland who was English originally, pushed the church back, the right church, back into England. Nah, God bless, James. I'm glad to have you here for a live. I'm glad you caught one. And yeah, whenever I do a live over on YouTube, I definitely gotta hit you with the mod. So I know it's you when you're here. That's why I do it to people. So people can't come in here as a fake you and get fucking people thinking you're some kind of asshole. Yeah, William Wallace, I know. But I mean, really, it wasn't in practice like that in America for those 30 to 40 years. Like, we weren't importing slaves like that. It wasn't, you know. The 2% came from Jillian Michaels going on CNN and saying it without proof. What 2%? What are we talking about here? Hang on, maybe I'm confused with something. It wasn't that low. The figures hasn't been proven, but all historians, it was very low, but they never give an estimate. I don't know. I've actually seen that 2% numbers from a lot of other places, sources, way before Jillian Michaels ever went on CNN and said that. So that 2% number has been out there. Has been said in other sources, but that's where I heard it from. And no, he doesn't, Mandy. He doesn't seem to be supporting the Church of England at all. Even the church don't seem to be supporting the church anyway. The Roman Catholic Church. Look, the Pope is allowing Muslims to come in. I can't. Of course, you could be fucking part Native American. You should celebrate Thanksgiving. It was between Native Americans and English people, you know, or English and Dutch, whatever they were at the time. It's the first settlers, you know. I'm not none of those people, but I give them credit. I give all Americans credit for their birthright and for the fact that a lot of us did our forefathers did things for this country and shit, you know, whether it was 300 years ago or 100 years ago. We didn't just come here and get on the dole. That's actually true, William Wallace. There there's a dude who does old songs. He like finds old crazy songs like that and he does them on the piano. He's really good on X. You could find him. He's hilarious. Wasn't that Pocahontas, not Elizabeth Warren? Yeah, exactly. Elizabeth Warren with zero fucking Native American blood in her. Got into Harvard, claimed she was like the first fucking Native American in Congress or whatever. She's the worst. Or she's a senator, right? Maybe. I don't even know. She's the worst. I fucking hate Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, James, something like that. No, not the guy in the airport's co-train. I know who you're talking about. He's good too, though. This is a different. He does like real great. Let me see if I can find him. If I pull him up on X. Let me see. Pretty sure I follow him. Is this still your phone number? Yes, that's still my phone number. What the fuck is X asking me all these questions for lately? Search. Alright, let me search piano and see if he comes up because I follow him. What the fuck? Of course, it ain't gonna show up if I just search. Oh my god, it actually did. I'm like, it ain't gonna show up if I just search. I can't even believe it worked. Alright, hang on. I'll share this guy's page. I'm like, I'm not gonna find this guy's page. I'm just searching piano. Alright, his name is Foundering One. He's a great pianist. He plays all the craziest shit you'll ever hear.
Never be rude to an Arab, an Israeli, a Saudi or Jew. Never be rude to an Irishman, no matter what you do. Never poke fun at a nigger, a spick or a wop or a kraut. And never make fun of a tranny. If you fuck around, you'll find out. Try not to be coy with the goyim. Be sweet to the Pajits and Gooks.
Alright, let me stop before I get fucking banned over here. But yeah, he's just somebody I like to listen to once in a while for laughs. Hang on. There's better than that. He finds like old shit though, like that he digs up out of nowhere. Like, yeah, like this. This is an old song from 1905. What up, buddy V? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, James. Good to see everyone.
A coon named me from skip the town one day. Nobody knew just why he went away. Until one night a friend he got a note. It was from me, and this is what he wrote. I'm out in Utah in the Mormon land, and going to stay because I'm living grand. I used to rave about a single life. Now every day I get a brand new wife. I've got a big brunette and a blonde to pet. I've got 'em short, fat, thin, and tall. I've got a Cuban gal and a Zulu pal. They come in bunches when I call, and that's not all. I've got 'em pretty too, got a homely few. I've got 'em black to octoroon. I can spare 6 or 8, shall I ship 'em by freight? For I am the Mormon coon.
Yeah, this dude literally finds music that like nobody, like it's dead music he finds and learns to play it. Nice, dude.
There's one gal I ain't married yet, but say I'm saving her up for a rainy day. If you ain't ever heard a cyclone roar, come up and hear just how my wives can snore. If you stay out late, you can con your wife. If I got gay, that mob would have my life. It keeps me hustling in the loving line. They all yell out, I saw him first, he's mine. I've got a big brunette and a blonde to pet. I've got 'em short, fat, thin, and tall. I've got a Cuban gal and a zoo.
What you think I'm doing right now, bro? Re-releasing. These aren't even the good ones. I didn't even find the one that I found this dude off of. I'll find the good one.
No matter what they say, ain't a thing can be trusted. Dinosaurs were made up in the late 1800s.
There we go. 1898.
Since the coon craze came in town, there is nothing that has been found that would create a big sensation. But if a colored gent was elected president, he wouldn't do a thing to this great nation. Coons then would wear good clothes, powder their face and straighten their nose. You could only tell a coon then by his hair. Then he'd give to each coon and every one of his kin a razor chicken and a quart of nigger gin. When a coon sits in the presidential chair. Oh my, what's fun in Washington. You bet that every coon from Coontown will be there. Won't that be fine? Simply divine. When a coon sits in the presidential chair.
Anyway, yeah, this dude is wild, as you could tell. But yeah. Just to share that, fill y'all in on some pianists. My hair is all types of fucked up and crazy now. Yeah, with the Davy Crockett at Honeybee. It's all a joke. Ain't nobody fucking actually racist. Not, I don't even think he's actually racist. Shit is funny. Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus is hilarious. Oh, I think I might be shutting it down. It's getting late. Uh-oh, a raccoon got drunk in a liquor store, was found passed out in their bathroom, flat on their floor. I bet raccoons will get into anything, and they'll drink and eat anything they can get into. That's a raccoon for you. Yeah, that shit was just all in good fun. That dude is hilarious. He does all kinds of music though, but he finds like these old, like really racist songs. It doesn't matter what racist wise it is, and he like does them from like they're from like the 18 and early 1900s. What's up, foolish flock? Good to see you, brother. God bless. Hope things are good down there. I think I gotta go get something to eat in a minute though. Let me see. I might have one more thing in me. You know what? I never got through this. The other part of this other thing. We'll go through this tonight. I'll go like another 20 minutes or whatever it is. I think there's one or two more parts I didn't get through. We'll get through them. It ain't late if I'm still. That's true, Coach Rain. All right, let's get into this BX on X. I never got through it all, and I know some of you out there watch part of this with me. So let's get to the end of it. I think I did 4 last. That got me no, I think I did 5 last because 4 got me a ban. I think this is the last one, part 6. Is the part we didn't watch yet. Beware that when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster. For when you gaze long enough into the abyss gazes also into you. Friedrich W. Nietzsche.
Have you noticed how things seem to be accelerating recently? Significant events that rock our country's foundation happening closer and closer together, sometimes without so much as giving us a chance to breathe in between? If so, you're not alone. In fact, I'm pretty sure that nobody is as acutely aware of this phenomenon as I am. When I first
Absolutely, James.
started digging into the concept of militant accelerationism, which is the idea that committing violent and disruptive acts in a country can hasten societal collapse, there wasn't much to go on. A sporadic article here and there, but almost nobody had heard of this phenomenon, despite the evidence being all around us. It wasn't until I discovered the works of Jade Parker that the pieces of the puzzle began to form a clear picture. Jade was a counterterrorism asset who mysteriously went missing after trying to bring attention to the threat posed by accelerationism. So, what did happen to Jade? Jade first
I think you saw some of this, Co-Train, and maybe even James Jameson. Some other people in the chat saw some of this. This chick BX on X, she did a whole breakdown on these mass shoot pews and all these other bad things, and they're all connected to a lot of these like NatSay PDF file groups.
Conceptualized militant accelerationism as an
Satanists.
emerging threat in 2019. Back then, her theories were met with skepticism and controversy because they deviated from the standard trope of white supremacy being the biggest threat to the United States. But as time went on, Jade was repeatedly vindicated in her findings, and eventually academics in the Countering Violent Extremism, or CVE community, began to approach her for guidance. But according to Jade, after she shared all of her intensive research on accelerationism with them, they stabbed her in the back. They stole her research and positioned it in official studies and research articles as their own.
So the government basically is who she worked for, this girl, and they're basically trying to frame it all as just like white supremacist problem because that's who they want to go after the most, white people.
They even formed an organization, the Accelerationism Research Consortium, and explicitly refused to allow her to participate.
So accelerationist groups are real, and they are out there, and a lot of them are white or Jewish or whatever from all these other countries, and they're like Nazi ideologies too and weird shit. But I'm gonna draw Billy out. Please don't say that, Co-Train.
When she tried to fight back, she was met with smears and gaslighting. They told everyone in the field that she was crazy, unstable, and unfit to participate in their research. Jade fought hard to disprove those rumors, and she provided irrefutable evidence that she was the person who had conceptualized militant accelerationism. As she grew more desperate, she published what she referred to as a dead man's switch, which laid bare all of the abuse and theft she had suffered. She even hinted at knowing who the January 6th pipe bomber was. But eventually, Jade was forced to give up on the field she had dedicated her life to. She deleted all of her social media accounts and intentionally disappeared. Jade then proceeded to file a lawsuit against dozens of colleagues and organizations in the CVE space, but she would eventually give up on the lawsuit as well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing that Jade is still alive, but her story is an important one that highlights the dishonesty and outright corruption that plagues the counter-extremism industry.
Yes, James, he was a socialist.
As for the pipe bomber, Jade still insists she knows their identity, but she won't reveal it. As she put it, that person deserves a fair trial. In 2022, I began devoting a lot of my time to researching a satanic accelerationist cult called the Order of Nine Angles and its possible influence on mass shootings, terror attacks, and harm to children across Western countries. And since I still had a modest-sized platform on Twitch and YouTube, I felt it was my responsibility, not only as an independent investigator, but also as a parent in America, to get this information out to the public. So naturally, that's what I tried to do. And while plenty of people really enjoyed and appreciated the early videos I was making on the subject, others were not as enthusiastic.
Yeah, she's been getting attacked by these Satanist weirdos for years. Nah, this is bad, honeybee. These people are real bad.
This bitch is crazy. I'm kid you not. I looked at that said, she's crazy. She's crazy.
Unfortunately, I'm too busy attempting to release exclusive investigations that include.
Look at this fat fucking clown tipster trying to make fun of her and shit. This dude blew up trying to be like a right-wing grifter and then went super far left or whatever. Tipster, he's a total clown.
Contain important information in an attempt to decelerate the downfall of Western society.
I say this very genuinely. I think she's actually crazy.
She's crazy.
You are crazy, and I'm not saying that to be mean. You are certifiable.
It's obvious the girl BX on X ain't crazy. She got, like, everything I've been showing, there's all proof. Everybody knows Operation Gladius is real. All this shit is real.
Investigative journalists. So, that's right. She considers herself an
Actually, James, it really, a lot of it was, James. Some of it wasn't, but a lot of it was. That pizza shop, Ping Pong Pizza or Comet Pizza or whatever, the one that got shot up and mysteriously the bullet only went through the door into the computer into the hard drive, like in a closet or some shit. And it was, or Gladio, yeah, honeybee. And yeah, crazy. All of it's fucking crazy. Where's the joint link? The join link. Who's this? MC Nemesis Radio. Who are you, bro? What do you want to? What's up with you? Anybody know who this dude is? It's an open panel, just not for just anybody. But I don't think I know you. If I know you, maybe you come up. Especially if you're not smart enough to find the join link. I don't think I know you.
Investigative journalist.
If one thing that you can come out that we can come away with from this is that at least when people look at these conspiracy,
I don't know, honeybee. The fucking join link was pinned though, and
theories now that she's kind of peddling, people can look at her and be like, oh, this is the type of person that believes in this. I really shouldn't believe in this. This must be dumb as fuck.
In retrospect, it's not surprising that so many people felt this way about my work. I'd been on a solo journey into the abyss, and what I'd seen there defied my own understanding of the world we inhabit. Maybe it actually had made me a little crazy, and that's why I came across that way to others. But I didn't give up. I kept doing my research in the background, connecting dots on a mind map and striving to better understand what was happening.
Doug Ross, what's up? MC got 8K subs. Oh, so it's not like some loser troll guy you're saying, is what you're saying. It might be somebody I know. I don't know. Bro, the join shit was pinned. Yeah, James. A lot of that came out when Podesta got hacked. That's true. Yeah. The join thing is pinned, so if somebody actually is not a troll or whatever wants to join, all they gotta do is click that shit. I thought it was like thought it was like what's his name? Who were we talking about the other day? Or who said I summoned him? Billy, Buffalo Billy. That's who I thought it was. That's why. My bad. No disrespect to the MC guy. Because I don't know him. If I do know him. The join links in the, it's pinned.
Happening. And that's when things started to accelerate. In 2023, my small research team and I began to see evidence of a sadistic child abuse network called 764, allegedly linked to the Order of Nine Angles. Then in January of 2024, I was suddenly thrust into the middle of that network after reporting on the case of Kyle Spitz, a 764 member who had gone unexpectedly viral for something unrelated.
Point that gun at me again.
Anybody remember that dude? The dude who was telling the stepfather to point the gun at him, and then the stepdad shot him. Yeah, be positive, honeybee. Fuck the funk.
After exposing Kyle Spitz's involvement with 764, his friends came after me with threats and extreme harassment. Ultimately, Spitz and his good friend, Acid, whose real name is Cameron Finnegan, would both find themselves behind bars.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, bring it. This one
Have
down.
you got anything on you shouldn't have?
I haven't got anything. Right.
I'm so confused.
Shooting practice for investigator Becca Spinks. She's looked deeply into the group.
It's horrific, nightmare-inducing stuff.
And has been threatened by them. Here, Cameron Finnegan says, "I'll rape you in front of your family." She knows just how shocking 764 can be.
It is clear from all the evidence that I have seen that you were involved in a satanic far-right extremist group known as 764. That group is associated with a broader entity or group known as the Order of the Nine Angles, or O9A. In particular, you frequently boasted to others about the quality of your content creation. Examples of these are BX when she sees acid raping her child, 764 members when they extort minors, POV 764 doing school shootouts, cum girls after hanging themselves for 764.
I began to dedicate a large
Is that who it is, Gay T? One of them people?
portion of my time to better understanding the connection between 764 and Order of Nine Angles. The Order of Nine Angles, if you'll recall, is a fringe
It's always far right, James. Don't forget it.
pseudo-satanic cult that was founded by a British man named David Myatt in the 70s. O9A texts, written mostly by Myatt, teach that history can be viewed as a cycle of periods called eons. O9A cultists aim to increase the amount of evil energy in the human realm through rituals and transgressive acts, with the goal of invoking dark gods who will overthrow the current Christian world order and plunge the world into a new eon of evil and chaos. O9A is a unique cult in that its design encourages the formation of small, decentralized cells called nexions. The decentralized structure allows adherents to progress through the cult initiation process independently and with limited oversight.
So yeah, a lot of them end up doing this shit too over like the internet. They get like points for recording it, like, you know, stabbing a woman or crazy sick shit these people do. But
those who can make their way to the highest level are promised power, self-enlightenment, and ultimately, immortality. Initiates undertake insight roles, where they infiltrate groups such as churches, political extremist movements, or the military, in order to subvert those institutions. This tactic blurs the line between occult practice and real-world action, and over time has turned the O9A into a formidable threat to the West. Modern O9A adherents aim to accelerate the apocalypse by infiltrating online groups and inciting their members to commit violent or otherwise transgressive acts. The goal is simple. They want to provoke political infighting between the right.
Doug, are you a mod over there at Gunpoke's channel? I thought I saw you over there tonight when I saw him. I don't know why his live came up. I went in there and I just said two retards fighting or whatever, because it was I thought I saw two retards fighting. I'm pretty sure it was Common Simp and some other dude over there. Who was it? It was the other dude. They were arguing. They were both retards though. I thought I seen you over there.
In the left. They want us to fight.
I just jumped in there and said that and bounced.
In the age of the internet, O9A adherents are able to spread influence at a rate never before possible. Several key figures associated with 764 and related groups, such as Caleb Merritt, Rohan Rain, and Angel Almeida, spread the O9A's sinister influence within the broad cybercriminal network known as COM. We can think of COM as a dark web style network that organizes and
Yeah, calm. So everything this girl is saying is literally verifiably. You can look into it and find out it's true. So whatever this shit is crazy. William Wallace says it's the UK rent boy narc. Well, the link was dropped. If the rent boy wanted to try to come up, he could have tried, but he never even did that.
operates on social media platforms like Discord, Telegram, and other apps.
The link was pinned when dude asked about it, so.
One branch of COM, called Extortion COM, is known for targeting kids online and grooming them into committing sexual or violent acts on camera. The predator's demands escalate to extortion, in which they threaten or blackmail their victims into producing more and more horrific content. In many cases, the victims are groomed to become abusers themselves. It's hard to think of anything more transgressive and
This is like the sick shit that these fucking people would have these kids do. Kill an animal, a pet in their house or something, and do all this weird shit and write it all over on the walls and this and that. Oh, I don't know. If he has good music, he could have came up and spoke to me. I'm willing to speak to anybody normal. That's why I got the link pinned. I had it pinned. William Wallace, but I mean, you could come up. I don't give a fuck. Anybody could come up, really. I was just joking about I gotta, really know you. But yeah, I wasn't gonna let like a Billy pop on is what I meant. Or like a narc or a filthy rat or something.
Evil than this. So, while modern day 098 adherents have
Or one of these 764 weirdos.
been trying to distance themselves from this particularly evil mutation, there's no denying that this is exactly what their cult was designed to do. Over time, 764 has evolved into a wide network of splinter groups and has even branched off into more specialized groups, such as No Lives Matter, NLM, which focuses on provoking members to commit mass shootings, stabbings, and other terrorist actions.
Yeah, I don't know, Doug. I don't watch Gunsmoke. I just popped in there because I seen he had like it looked. I never see his shit. It was on my homepage, and it had like a whole bunch of people. I'm like, let me see what rats are in there talking ridiculous or retarded. So I popped in there, and it was Common Simp, and he was arguing with another dude. I even forget who it was that he was arguing with. Another retard though, and they were just yelling at each other, and it was really stupid. But yeah, and I said, oh great, two retards fighting, my favorite pastime. Just joking, and then left. But
on behalf of the group. And these groups aren't just limited to the US. Members can be found in all corners of the world.
I don't know, Doug. I'd rather have four quarters than 100 pennies. Personally, that's how I always roll.
In Ukraine, a particularly nasty cult called the Maniac Murder Cult, or MKY, emerged. Attacks from this group target the elderly, homeless, and other soft targets. As MKY's influence grew, it merged with 098 ideology and eventually infiltrated COM in search of members. COM encompasses a massive online ecosystem that includes satanic acceleration groups and other violent communities known for grooming and provoking young members to commit acts of terrorism and violence. Such groups push for total human death. They declare humans as scum and urge members to.
Oh, that's who it was, Doug. It was Narc. Okay, that's where this whole Narc thing is coming from. It was Narc who was arguing with the other retard, Common Simp. They're all playing out their mafia fantasies on the internet. So true, Coltrane. They definitely don't want to try to live out no fantasies in real life on no gangster shit, that's for sure.
To commit acts of random violence in the name of misanthropy and accelerationism. Various COM groups emerge, evolve, and coalesce within a network of Discord and Telegram channels. These groups share members who promote other channels within the network, which leads to the migration of members from one group to another. Threat actors circulate propaganda and kill guides, which provide instructions on committing terror attacks such as bombings, car rammings, and mass shootings. Vulnerable youth who find themselves in such spaces are desensitized.
That NLM, that's No Lives Matter, that's another one of these disgusting groups of these PDF file Nazis.
And radicalized. They are provoked and even coached on how to commit an effective attack. Part of the attack's effectiveness has to.
Facts, William Wallace. Facts. I can't fuck with it. That's just me.
To do with how viral the attack.
I'd rather have 4 quarters than $1 any day of the week. I need strong people I fuck with. People of principle and just mind.
Goes, and how many copycat attacks it can inspire. Attackers are urged to live stream their rampage so that it can be used as future propaganda to fuel even more attacks. Nino Luciano was only 17 years old when he committed a brutal murder on a live stream from Romania. Luciano was originally from Germany, but he was sent to Romania under a foster care program for youth with behavioral problems. On the night of April 12, 2021, Luciano walked down a residential street until he saw an old woman coming out of her house to take out the garbage. In the recorded video of the live stream, Luciano first hit the woman and then stabbed her multiple times.
Yeah, Doug Ross. That's how it is in anything in life. Solid men, period, and women too at times. But solid men are gonna be I'd rather have 1 or 2 solid people. I got like 150 subs, and just about every one of them are solid. I'd say like 100 of them are really solid people, so I'm happy with that. But in real life, yeah, you know, got a dozen people that are willing to go into a fucking gunfight with you if they have to. That's that's life. That's serious shit. You'd rather have them than 100 people that'll talk some shit and run. Yep. Soy Smoke and others were doxing MRE when his sister died. That is absolutely true, and putting up disgusting things about his sister, pictures, and yeah, I don't understand William Wallace. He literally just called dude's grandfather. Was like, "Do you know what your grandson is doing as a man on the internet?" I think that makes him more of a man. Yeah, Maureen's all right, Doug. Yeah, for sure.
Prior to slitting her throat. In the background of the video was a man's voice, apparently belonging to a live online viewer, urging the teen to kill the woman. Luciano went home that night as if nothing had happened. In a Telegram group, he posted the video and said, "I feel like God. I can decide who lives and who dies." After he was arrested, he told police that the murder was part of a cult initiation process. Police found tattoos on his body connecting him to 764, and his online footprint connected him to the Satanic Accelerationist groups 09A and MKY. The grisly footage of Luciano's crimes spread rapidly across the internet. First posted on gore websites, then widely circulated among MKY Telegram channels aiming to incite others.
Yeah, disgusting shit. Disgracia shit. Fuck these people. In my book. All of them. Any of them that lied, made shit up, that goes for every single one of them. If they did it once, twice, whenever, in my book, I just write them off. Rat Trap City ain't wrong when he does it.
To commit copycat attacks. The MKY Haters Handbook acts as the cult's ultimate doctrine and a manual for committing terrorism in the name of accelerationism. One page in the handbook depicts infamous mass shooters situated as links in a chain, with Anders Breivik, the perpetrator of the 2011 mass shooting in Norway, at the beginning of the chain. It urges readers to become the next link. Nino Luciano would become the first link in a chain of modern mass killers who drew inspiration from satanic accelerationist communities. In August of 2024, a teenager named Arda K stabbed 5 people outside of a mosque in Turkey. Arda K was a self-described National Socialist who, like many before him, was fixated on aesthetics and motivated by accelerationism. His online activity under the username Screewy connected him directly to MKY and to Telegram, a network of neo-fascist and accelerationist Telegram channels that promote a copycat model of domestic terrorism. Then, in December of 2024, the chain reached America when 15-year-old Samantha Rupnow opened fire on her school library.
Yep. So this was another one of them. This chick who, I think this is the one who wanted to be a man or whatever. I don't know. It was weird. And it was a Christian school. She did up.
At Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin. Rupnow was deeply immersed in the so-called TCC community, a collection of detached and sadistic youth who glorify and even sexualize former mass killers. The intersection between
sickos
between COM, Telegram, and TCC is home to the newest iteration of aesthetic-driven killers, a style sometimes referred to as LARPercore. Rupnow was also involved with groups promoting satanic accelerationism. Her online footprint
exactly, James,
linked her directly to 764 Telegram channels. Her manifesto shouted out both Nino Luciano and Arda K, among others, and contained nods to Telegram and MKY. She declared her peers at school to be scum in need of extermination, and referred to the former mass killers she idolized as saints, a term popularized by Telegram. But Rupnow's case was also unique for another reason. Hers was among the first to have a neatly defined social media orbit, which was full of bad actors worthy of law enforcement attention. Myself and other researchers were quick to identify several accounts that engaged with Rupnow online in the weeks and months leading up to the shooting. Some of these accounts were glorifying the shooting, referencing Rupnow's high score, a slang for the number of people killed in a mass shooting. At least 5 accounts were identified as being highly likely to commit mass shootings in the near future and were escalated to the FBI. One of those accounts, which I personally escalated to the FBI in mid-December, was owned by Solomon Henderson. When Rupnow made her final tweet prior to unleashing her rampage, Henderson had used his X account to comment, "Live stream it." As predicted, Solomon Henderson became the next link in the chain when he committed a school shooting at Antioch High School in Nashville just 1 month later. Rupnow's final tweet was a photo of herself sitting on a toilet in the school bathroom, black combat boots neatly.
Of course, she has to do the OK symbol just to try to fuck with regular right-wingers, everyday right-wingers.
Tied, her hand making the OK gesture. In the comments, she posted her manifesto in the form of a Google document. On the day of the shooting at Antioch High School, Henderson posted a nearly identical image onto his X page, and, like Rupnow, he linked his manifesto in a Google document in the comments.
James, the shoot, like the Pew Pew up in Buffalo, New York, at the Tops grocery store, there was an FBI agent in the chat before it even happened, a retired FBI agent. They can trace, and they have already traced most of these people down before they happen. The shit happens.
The manifesto was a mishmash of trolling and memes interspliced with nods to Telegram, MKY, COM, and TCC, the hallmark of LARPer Corps. In case it wasn't already obvious enough, Henderson also uploaded a voice message to Discord.
Attacking my school for 764 and MKY.
See, he was putting this shit up on the internet and shit ahead of time. And this dude is a total what they would have called opfer. An opfer, they call them. Yeah. They call it an op for these people. 764. They call these people that they turn out and make crazy to go do these things opfers.
764.
And then they get called saints if they take down enough people. It's disgusting. And look, they try to fuck around and like make names like Rupnow Graper. You know, like that's, they don't have Graper ideologies. Currently burning in. You read that? Disgusting. I'm not even gonna bother.
I was particularly jarred by Henderson's shooting on account of me submitting his ex-user handle to the FBI in the weeks prior to the attack. I laid awake for several nights wondering if there was more I could have done to prevent the tragedy. I was also left worrying about who might be next to attack. The communities behind both Rupnow and Henderson shootings were all posting their plans in plain sight using platforms like X and TikTok, and it was only a matter of time before the next one. The next link turned out to be Desmond Hawley, nearly 9 months later.
Now, these people are all connected. All of these school pew-pews that we keep hearing about constantly. These are all connected to these same groups.
Another shooting that could
I know you guys haven't heard about this in the news every week.
have been prevented if law enforcement and social media companies had worked together more efficiently. As it turns out, not only was Hawley on the FBI's radar, but there was an open investigation into him in the months leading up to the shooting, a revelation that prompted the Jefferson County Sheriff to call on social media companies to expedite their responses to law enforcement warrants.
Part of me wonders if we could have saved the shooter on September 10th from himself. But we will never have that opportunity to find out. But we can certainly save a lot of lives and a lot of injuries in the future if we were to speed this process up.
Amid this spree of internet-fueled misanthropic violence, another, even more shocking incident played out in Waukesha, Wisconsin. This time, a satanic accelerationist attempted to take a shot at President Trump.
Hey, if you haven't subscribed to my Rumble, there's my Rumble link too over there. I'm going to start doing a movie night. I might even do one tonight later after I eat and everything. But yeah, I'm going to start doing a movie night over on Rumble myself. But I might even put something up tonight. But yeah, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe over there. If you're not subscribed here, make sure you subscribe here too. Hit the like button if you like it. If you don't, go fuck yourself.
The little-known third assassination attempt, perpetrated by a 17-year-old named Nikita Kassab. Kassab, who was heavily involved with the Order of Nine Angles cult, turned out to be the perfect patsy for a dangerous group of Eastern Europeans seeking to accelerate the collapse by assassinating the most important figure in the world. Kassab shot both of his parents to death, living with their bodies for nearly 2 weeks before stealing their valuable possessions and embarking on a cross-country trip at the direction of 2 shadowy neo-Nazis on Telegram. Both of these men claimed to be Ukrainian. Police captured Kassab in a remote town in Kansas and thwarted his plot. Kassab left behind a manifesto which illustrated his links to Terrorgram, O9A, and other Eastern European neo-Nazi groups. His Telegram username was Accelerationist14. Kassab was also in contact with another individual called Mystic Physis, with whom he discussed how his real-life friends and family dealt with.
But you never changed their mind, Doug. That these motherfuckers knew from the beginning that was bullshit about Nick. They just used it against him because Nick called them out about some degenerate or some weirdo shit that they did, bro. That's the truth of it. They did something weird. Nick probably said a joke or took away a wrench or did something they didn't like. I think that's actually dead how it happened with Gunpoke. I think Nick took his wrench away and he got upset about it. So, like, it's not even about changing minds, man. These people are just making shit up and they know they're going along with made up shit. So, because I'm the first person to say fuck a snitch, fuck a rat, fuck a lying informant. Fuck a CO, fuck a PO, fuck a DO. I'm the first one. But these people, they don't believe in this shit. Yeah, and they even try fake shit. Exactly, William Wallace. We know what it is. Foolish Flock, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, I might do a movie tonight, but I'm going to start doing movie nights on Rumble, so.
With his O9A obsession. I knew Mystic. He was an O9A adherent who had been all over our
100%, James. And he wouldn't have friends, associates, you know, people from his life online that go online and speak for the man saying he's good and solid. You don't get that when you're the things these people are saying he was.
Our radar for the past few months.
And you can see it in his character. You can see people's character, how they act over 3 or 4 years. I've been the same person from day one. I've always been the same person my whole life. So it is what it is.
Due to his unusual side hobby. Mystic was a brony. Brony is the fandom term used to describe a male individual who's a fan of the animated series My Little Pony. Mystic was so obsessed with My Little Pony that he created his own O9A Nexion based around the fandom, as well as other elements of COM, TCC, and 764. Mystic was also connected to Rupnow, having commented on her X page after the shooting, and was connected to several key figures in her orbit. A few weeks before the news about Kassab broke, I got a message from a concerned mutual that Mystic was planning a mass shooting. They told me that his real name was Felix, that he lived in Orlando, Florida, and that he was only 16 years old. Mystic was soon after arrested and hasn't been seen since. But let's go back for a second, back to early 2024. Even before the Rupnow shooting in December, we were seeing an acceleration in the number of violent acts committed by these groups around the world. Multiple stabbings and beatings connected to 764, NLM, and MKY were live streamed on Telegram or Discord as the other members laughed and shouted instructions. One of them, a 14-year-old Swedish boy who called himself Slain, had tried to get my attention on X just a couple of weeks before embarking on a brutal stabbing spree in Hässelby, Sweden.
Allt pekar på att dåden är utförda av Slain.
So Slane sent me a DM on X, basically looking for attention is how I interpreted it, saying, hey, what's up?
So this dude is one of the main sickos. This dude's Slain.
Kind of a Tobbs 2.0. Tobbs being a reference to another teenager who went on a stabbing spree in Romania a couple of years ago.
Tobbs är alltså en tysk 764-anhängare.
German 764 supporter.
Som dömts till 14 års fängelse för mord.
Got 14 years in prison for murder in Romania. He should have got life or death.
I Rumänien. Det var honom Slane jämförde sig med när han kontaktade Spinks.
Slane most probably saw Tobbs as his role model for everything he did.
Now looking back, it's actually kind of chilling to see that he sent me those messages right before he ended up actually going through with it and stabbing some people.
The international threat posed by members of the 764 network could no longer be ignored, and before long, my inbox began to fill up with inquiries from media all over the world.
Becca Spinks is a self-defense advocate, competition sharpshooter.
That's BX on X, Rebecca Spinks Bex. Yeah. So I didn't know she was gonna go and out herself like that. But yeah. She's a competition shooter. She's not somebody these fucking kitten types want to fuck with. I'll put it that way. The chick that I'm sharing her shit right now.
And private investigator who has been researching 764 for years, fielding calls for help from victims and their families, and providing information to law enforcement.
Becca Spinks is a US-based internet investigator. She's a mum, a firearms trainer, and in her spare time, she tracks down online terror networks that prey on kids.
She's made 764 her biggest target.
I felt an obligation to do what I could to help the kids, the victims, and to stop these people from doing this to more kids.
I also established a friendly relationship.
God bless you, BX. By the way, if you ever see this, BX on X. She follows me on X, but not on here probably, so.
With the FBI and other law enforcement agencies throughout the world who had started coming to me for information on suspects or simply for help understanding this incredibly complex topic. It was in moments like this that my connection to the network felt surreal. Somehow, by sheer persistence and stubbornness, I had positioned myself as an expert on one of the most evil and disturbing topics imaginable. And after years of dealing with unprovoked attacks, skepticism, and suppression, it finally felt like the stars were aligning in my favor, but only for a moment. In January of 2025, I got a call from the producer of one of the biggest podcasts in the world, The Sean Ryan Show. I was invited to appear as a guest on the show to tell the story about how I became the person at the front lines of exposing 764. This would be the biggest opportunity of my life, and while I was obviously nervous, I knew I couldn't turn it down. After all, this was my calling, and I owed it to the victims and their families to make their voices heard. I spent a lot of time preparing my talking points and my makeup and outfit, but none of these things prepared me for what would happen as a result of me accepting that show invite. In fact, one of the worst weeks of my entire online career began several days before my interview was set to take place. Just 3 days before I was scheduled to fly to Nashville, my appearance was canceled without explanation. As it turns out, I had a secret hater, a man named Kyle Seraphin.
Uh-oh. Somebody from within the U.S. government, maybe?
An ex-FBI agent and podcaster who had branded himself as a hero whistleblower against the FBI.
No, not the girl who's talking foolish flock, but another girl she was in contact with at the time when she started investigating this.
It was Kyle who got my appearance on the Sean Ryan Show called
One who actually ended up being somebody who worked for the U.S. government.
Off. I had only one prior run-in with Kyle in early 2024. At the time, he was leading Congress down a dead-end trail in the January 6 pipe bomber mystery. At the same time Kyle was running with this narrative, an alternative lead had reared its head. Ken Silva of Headline USA, in collaboration with myself, released an article about Jade Parker.
That's the girl, Jade Parker. She's the one who's been saying she knew who this pipe bomber was this whole time and trying to blow it up. This is a year old, by the way. This shit I'm playing right now, I watched this a year ago. But yeah, this is a year old.
And there in the comments section was Kyle Seraphin, who said about Jade, "A nobody is no longer on the internet." I found this very odd. Of all the people who should have cared about a new lead in the pipe bomber mystery, Kyle Seraphin should have cared the most. Furthermore, his comment seemed to imply that he knew who Jade Parker was. As strange as all of this was, I left the conversation and wouldn't think about it again until the Sean Ryan fiasco nearly a year later, when I learned that Kyle told the producers of the show that my claims about 764 were made up, that the group was not serious, not a terror threat, and that no one in law enforcement cared about it.
I got a phone call from Sean Ryan Show asking me if I knew anything about Becca.
And I was like, yeah, I dealt with her a while ago. The stuff she said is completely unsubstantiatable. It is not anything that anybody gives a shit about that is a serious counterterrorism person.
Sounds like somebody that wants to keep the truth hidden.
And it is a minimal
They want you to think this is all random and it's not Satanism. They don't want satanic panic, that's for sure. They don't want Christianity to rise, that's for sure.
Threat. So, like, somebody who sits there and talks about it is off base, if not a bad faith actor. So I just said, you don't really need the clout and you don't need the clicks, so I wouldn't put her on my platform. And for whatever it's worth, 764, whatever the fuck that thing is, it's not a real threat. It's not a tier 1 threat. It's not a banded threat. Not
It's
1, 2, or 3.
nothing.
It might be a slightly local threat in some areas. It's just not a real thing. I assure you.
Kyle quickly found himself on the wrong side of the internet. See, back in 2024, 764 was much more obscure, and I didn't have as big of a follower base to get my back, but I'd made significant progress in a year's time. Not only had I been successful in getting eyes on the 764 network internationally, but I also wasn't alone this time. Other internet communities had jumped in to help research and document the thread as well. Kyle's bizarre denial of the 764 network and his description of child victims as irrelevant led him to be attacked by several different online groups. Ironically, his attacks against me had the opposite effect as he likely intended, throwing me into the social media spotlight and introducing thousands of new people to my work. The irony thickened when, on April 3rd, the FBI released a series of PSAs warning the public about the seriousness of the 764 network. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino joined in by quote tweeting the FBI's announcement not once, but twice.
Yeah, they finally started taking the shit she's saying serious like this year. BX has been putting this stuff out for years. Yeah, he just got busted. And I think they knew who this guy was back then, though.
I couldn't help but wonder if Dan had seen the debacle with Kyle and decided to passively provide his 2 cents. This was a funny thought, especially considered I'd been tagging Dan and Cash Patel in tweets about 764 for months, hoping that they would do just that.
There's the tweet from Dan Bongino. Parents, please take a moment to watch this. Tragically, it's a growing threat to our children. So again, I mean, how do you see, is this a victory to you? I mean, you've sort of struggled in the shadows trying to get awareness about this for so long. Finally, it seems like people are starting to take notice. Are you feeling vindicated? How are you feeling about this?
It feels great. I was so relieved to see that.
Though the situation was definitely trying and stressful, I came out the other side relatively unscathed. I was approached by several other large podcasts offering me spots on their shows. So many people were inviting me onto their podcasts that I had to apologize for being unable to field all of their requests. My online career has been a weird journey, taking me from a comfortable Twitch gaming stream to the nightmarish depths of the evilest online spaces imaginable. And yet, throughout it all, I felt like I was guided by fate. Maybe I was never—
God bless. God bless you for that, BX. Feels like I was guided by faith. Yes, it does reek of government op.
never meant to go on Sean Ryan's show. Maybe, just maybe, I dodged a bullet. As is common for a journey focused on fighting evil and guided by fate, everything worked out. Over the next several weeks, the FBI continued to push out PSAs warning parents about the 764 network. And they adopted a new term for groups like 764, NLM, MKY, and others that groom vulnerable individuals to commit acts of targeted violence. Nihilistic violent extremists. I was, and still am, a bit hesitant to support that specific term. People tend to get confused by the word nihilism, associating it with a broad body of philosophical works that don't necessarily translate to violence. A much better word, in my opinion, is misanthropy. The hatred of human species and desire to see all of humanity obliterated into smoldering ashes. But overall, I'm just happy to see law enforcement adopting a new term for a new breed of extremists, ones not motivated by political or ideological leanings, but by a desire for total human death. The good news kept coming. In April of 2024, the DOJ announced the arrests of 2 major members of the 764 network, Trippy and War.
Oh shit. Montauk in the house. What up, Montauk? God bless, man. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you, my man.
War, whose real name is Leonidas Varagianis, age 21 from Greece, and Trippy, whose real name is Prasanth Nepal, age 20 from North Carolina, were arrested and charged with—
Looks a little Indian-ish.
operating a global child exploitation enterprise. I knew Warren Trippy well. Trippy, in particular, was arguably the most prolific member of the entire 764 network, responsible for
Gee, the rape capital of the grape capital of the world, and he's the most prolific. Gee, I wonder
organizing
why.
new group chats and channels, recruiting new members, and
Sick fucker.
coordinating the horrific abuse of children. The contents of the criminal complaint are gut-wrenching. It outlines in explicit detail all of the coordinated sexual abuse of multiple minors at the hands of Trippy, War, and their co-conspirators. In the twisted world of 764, exploiting and extorting kids is a status symbol. The complaint outlines the members' use of lore books, digital collections
Yeah, they all look so far right, don't they, James?
of horrific extortion material, which they trade like currency within their network and use to extort and harass their victims. They even taught other members how to groom victims and created a manual with detailed instructions.
To go after the mentally ill ones. This is sad and disgusting.
The idea that predators can reach kids through their phones, in their bedrooms, exploiting their vulnerabilities with such precision right under their parents' noses is terrifying. The FBI said
That's why I always check on what my kid's doing on the phone. If you're not a good parent, start being a fucking good parent, because there's crazy people out there.
an interest in dismantling these networks, combined with the arrests of the two most prominent members, definitely gave me some hope. It also motivated me and my team to start hunting 764 members more aggressively. It turned into kind of a game where the goal was to identify and escalate to law enforcement as many of these disgusting child predators as possible.
Good for her. You see all the names she just went through. These are all the people she's been turning over to the feds. Like,
And when they eventually got arrested,
this is like real work the feds could be doing instead of fucking around with spaghetti Americans placing bets and shit.
we were on
Oh, Lil Maine, what's up? Damn, everybody shows up after I'm 2.25 hours into fucking live streaming.
Cloud 9. But with the increase in publicity around 764 arrests, the danger increased too. Because what we soon realized was that we weren't dealing with just one child predator and his loser friends, but a network with hundreds, possibly even thousands of members all over the world.
Really, honeybee? I've been doing videos about this for the last couple weeks. But I've known about this for over a year. I was showing my son all these videos and stuff last year, but yeah.
And most of these no-life criminals have nothing better to do than to attack the main person raising awareness about their cult, me. As news about 764 spread, more and more bad actors began to separate from that label and create their own splinter factions in a desperate attempt to evade exposure. Fortunately, their egos almost always got the better of them, and they would pop up either in my comment section or in my private messages to threaten and harass me. Gone were the days of us trying to seek out Discord servers and Telegram channels connected to these groups in order to figure out what they were up to. All we had to do now was sit and wait and let them come to us. I had become bait. This new strategy led to more than one arrest, but
Yeah, so dudes were coming literally directly at her. People were coming to kill her and shit. Then they ended up getting caught with fucking child porn and all that. Fuck around, find out. She said, good for her. She's a gangster.
it wasn't a particularly good thing for me. My work battling online accelerationists and child abuse networks had begun to take a heavy toll on my personal life and on my health. I lived in a constant state of anxiety and paranoia. I felt isolated from my friends and family. In fact, I hid my online life from my family and most of my personal friends. I didn't want them to worry about me, and I didn't want them to worry about possibly becoming a target of harassment themselves, which was a very real concern. These cult members would stop at nothing to destroy my life, even if that meant targeting people I loved. But more than anything else, I just didn't have the mental energy to talk about it with anyone in my real life. Every podcast I did made me feel like the stereotypical telekinetic movie character who gets a nosebleed after flipping a bus and has to pass out for a while to recharge. I was burning out. In mid-2025, I was getting harassed by a particularly nasty 764 splinter group called 1378. On a whim, I decided to make a bold move by offering my followers a bounty on the identity of one of those bad actors, who went by the name Script. It worked.
Bounty. She put a bounty.
20-year-old Drake Miller of Kentucky was arrested in August and
Very far right.
charged with 13 counts of sexual crimes against children. Crowdsourcing our information gathering ended up being a big win for us, and one that would at least partially take some of the weight off of my shoulders. See, the thing is, nobody likes members of 764, and as a result, I found
Facts. Nobody likes them motherfuckers. Christ is king.
myself making some unusual alliances. A moderator of the incel forum once reached out to me asking how he could help, though I was pretty much a villain to that entire crowd.
Doug, the chick that's speaking right now is a firearms instructor. She didn't need nobody with her. She's a gangster.
Out in the past, they had since started to realize that I was right about their community being infiltrated by bad actors, and offered to help in any way they could to get these child predators locked away. With time, even the Niners would offer their assistance and provide information on suspected members of 764 in their channels. That might come across as shocking to a lot.
Wow, the Niners, that's the other cult. They were ratting these dudes out. The other satanic cult, like they're, wow.
Of people, but as per usual, the truth really is stranger and more complicated than fiction.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all satanic, James.
As the months went on, media coverage of the 764 network and other O9A associated groups began to intensify, and eventually there came to a point when the O9A inner circle began to come out of the shadows and reveal themselves to me. My conversations with members of the cult led me to a deeper layer of the puzzle. This layer, while full of intrigue, was also fraught with deception and potential danger. I had graduated from a curious third party to a central figure in the Order of Nine Angles lore. But O9A adherents are tricksters. They pride themselves on manipulation and deceit, and they excel at planting rumors and strategic information about their cult in an effort to mislead curious onlookers. Sometimes, Niners will try to manipulate journalists and researchers, leading them to unwittingly spread false information that benefits the cult in some way. They call this the sinister game, and I knew I had to be very careful not to become a pawn myself. I reminded myself often of Jade Parker's stark warning about O9A. She believed that hidden within the cult's many books and manuscripts was a series of puzzles that led to the ultimate truth behind their doctrine. If enough people carry it out IRL, she warned, it makes their prophecy come true.
That's a fact, honeybee. The truth is literally always stranger than fiction, as crazy as that sounds when you start looking into the truth.
People think it's real, and it isn't. They're making it real. Jade called the Order of Nine Angles an elaborate, sinister ruse. So how are we supposed to navigate researching such an obscure, little-known-about cult when the path to truth is littered with traps? How do I avoid becoming a pawn in the sinister game and, as Jade put it, making the cult real? As time went on, I began to understand what Jade was talking about. As it turns out, many of the widely accepted facts around the history of O9A were fabricated by Myatt and other members of the cult, a type of black propaganda used to make the cult seem more mysterious and dangerous than it actually is. David Myatt is known to have written his own biography under a pen name. He claimed he was born in South Africa, but his recently surfaced birth certificate tells the truth. He was born in the UK. Myatt's also well known for using sock puppet accounts.
Anybody from South Africa might know what this is right here. Anybody ever seen one of these? Maybe if you're South African, you have. Krugerrand.
Online to spread sensational facts and false stories about the cult. Myatt once devised a scheme to spread this black propaganda onto the message board belonging to conspiracy theorist David Icke in hopes of growing the cult's notoriety. Myatt was desperate for his cult to seem more prolific, mysterious, and evil than it actually was. That's what ultimately led him to hand off leadership to Joshua Sutter, who led the cult into a dark new era of child abuse and extremism. Myatt rebuked Sutter and his O9A offshoot, Temple of Blood. He accused Sutter of being sent by the FBI to spread black propaganda in.
I wonder if this is the type of shit that was fallen from Phoebe's grandfather's truck. If they're Krugerrands.
in order to make 098 look bad, ignoring the simple fact that he's the one who asked Sutter to make the cult more evil in the first place. To be fair, Sutter was exposed for operating as a confidential informant for the FBI in some capacity throughout the years. But the added details, the claims that the FBI bankrolled all of Sutter's books, the implication that the FBI was acutely aware of all of Sutter's dealings, and the outright assertion that Temple of Blood was a concoction of the FBI are completely without merit. Myatt successfully spread this misinformation.
Yeah, golden doubloons, James. Golden doubloons. This is a little newer than a golden doubloon. It's a 1974 Crew Grand. That ain't shit though. This is the jump off right here, and I don't even got it in a case. You ever seen one of these? That's the real deal. That's a real easy way to move a couple hundred G's.
Far and wide, even getting journalists and other influencers to run with the information, a perfect example of the sinister game in action. Classical Niners who still follow the teachings of David Myatt and strongly condemn Sutter's extreme factions are quick to point out that the 098 documents condemn child abuse. They come to me privately, insisting that Sutter is an FBI agent. The Temple of Blood is black propaganda, a construction of the FBI. Such a claim defies my own first-hand experience of the FBI's general lack of understanding of the cult. The Niners claim to want nothing to do with 764, and I believe them. It's not a stance of virtue or morality for them. They simply understand the harm caused by such an affiliation and want to distance themselves from it. And it's in the cult's best interest to dismiss Sutter's clan as a fed-op in order to avoid taking responsibility for the evolution of the cult. This strategic use of propaganda and manipulation makes researching 098 difficult, if not impossible. Whatever the truth is, it's still shrouded in layers of obfuscation. Personally, I'm inclined to assume that every piece of information given to me by a Niner is false, an attempt to trick me into publishing disinformation that benefits the cult in some way. I'm far more inclined to admit that I don't have all of the answers than to make any assumptions one way or another. I had a conversation recently with a particularly ominous 098 adept who, for all I know, could be Myatt or Sutter on an alt account. He said to me,
Hello again, Maureen. Good to see you. Thank you for being here as always. We're glad you're here.
"You stared into the abyss and did not flinch." When I asserted to him that I wasn't afraid of the dark, he said, "You haven't seen the dark yet."
Sick fucks. To be continued. Good luck, BX on X. Bex. God bless you for everything you're doing for the kids, because these people are scumbags that you're fighting against. 333-666, foolish flock. It's demonic shit. They're Satan worshippers, those sick fuckers. But yeah, they had shit like this falling from Phoebe's grandfathers. This is quite a bit older. I think what year we got? Oh, you can't read the year on that side. You can read the year on this side. $1873. I think that was the last year they made these, and it's got an S stamp. meaning it came from the San Francisco. Whoa. Sterling silver, so why it sounds like that. It's got the S stamp, meaning it came from, well, AI tells me today when I looked it up that it means it came from the mint in San Francisco. There's only like 700 of these out there. Yeah, I love old coins too, James. Nice, William. Yeah, this one's not that old. This one's 1974 Krugerrand. But not that many people got Krugerrands, so I like having it. I got bags of coins here in this drawer. Golden. I've been going for almost 2.5 hours now. Let's see what's up. I'll let the chat go a little bit, see what's going on. The year you were made, 74. You were made in 1974. Yeah, that is 1974. I was thinking 1870. Yeah, but that one's 1974. Yeah. I don't know, William Wallace. I'm not selling no fucking donkey dom crypto. I got the real gold. I got the real valuables if anybody wants to know how to really invest your money. This shit right here, if you look it up, it's like 300 to 1.2. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Doug, you're right. Imagine that. Motherfuckers already know better and even try that shit with me. You don't know what it's like where I'm at. I'm the dude known for doing that before in the past myself. So, and that's nice. Keep Honeybee in her prayers. Yeah, I ain't selling no dodgy donkey dom coins. Yeah, Maureen's great. Never seen her have a bad bone in her body. Never seen her be nasty or mean to anybody on the internet here. Oh, yeah, she did a crypto scam too, James. The Hawktaw girl. Nasty bitch. Yeah, they took my rights. Motherfuckers. But I'm glad people in the U.S. got a right for the most part, man. That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine not being able to have that right. I think I was 21, though, the first time I actually went into a gun store and bought guns in a gun store. But that right, I lost that right real soon after that. But I bought a bunch. Even the first day I went into a gun store, I bought like 2 AK-47s, and a SKS, a Romanian SKS. Take care, Doug. Good night, man. Yeah, exactly, William Wallace. I bet. Nobody watches Donkey Dom. This shit is a joke. It's fucking rats. Nobody wants to listen to these rats. It's disgracian. Yeah, James, you guys, it's late where you're at. God bless. Have a good night, everybody who's got to leave. I'm leaving soon, too. I've been going for hours. I don't usually do 2.5 hour lives. Once in a while I do, but people were hanging out, so I kept it going. Yeah, everybody, go ahead, say good night. Thanks, everybody, though, for hanging out tonight with me and coming in to check the show out. Hit the like if you like it. If you don't, go fuck yourself. But hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed. Come kick it on KingDom's Kingdom. Kick it with me, whatever. We can bring you up on the show next week, this week, whatever. And like I always say, Christ is King. Be safe. God bless you. Be well out there. Do like you're commanded. Be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruity and blow a guy. Peace. Oh, William Wallace, I don't know. I'll be back probably on I forgot to even say that. I'll be back probably on Rumble for a movie later tonight, but I'm not sure yet. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my Rumble over there, people. Here, hold up. Let me put it in the chat again real quick. Thank you, David James. And then if I do a live over there, hopefully you guys catch it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it might be Roots, William Wallace. It just might be. Good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out.